Hello, good morning, warm welcome. It is time for my investment mastery, and today we are going to talk about property investments. I just thought 2022 is in, new year is in. Many of you may have resolved to do better with your finances this year. Some of you may have even seen the possibility of buying that biggest purchase of your life, that property of yours. So today I thought, why not inside of mastering investments, we talk about property investments and things that you wanted to know about the biggest purchase of your life, your property. So yeah, let's begin. And I love those hearts coming in. Keep them coming. The only thing I want is love in life. Hi Sinduri, Sonika, Mukta, Diksha, Pooja. Good morning. Yes, love those. A lot of love my way and your way too. Thank you. So let's begin. So what I did, today's investment mastery is a combination of things that I've read across, and I've been reading them for now many years. So I just thought I'll put these points together, 4 of these points together inside of buying your own property. The first point that I've seen, which is common among all the books that you read inside of property investments, they're all saying that you need to save up to 20%. Okay, you need to save up to 20% of the purchase value of the property. So whatever is the purchase value, you must have a minimum of 20%. Like that's the minimum. And of course, maximum is 100%, like we all know. But 20% is the bare minimum. That's the first thing you must know inside of buying a property. The second one is always borrow less than the bank will lend you. So whatever the bank is lending you, make sure that what you're taking, what you're borrowing is lesser than that. Like that's a principle, okay, inside of property buying and finances. And the repayments should generally be less than 30% of your salary. So whatever is your incoming, the EMI that you pay month on month should not be more than 30% of that incoming. So make sure you borrow less, okay, than the bank will lend you, and the EMI is less than 30% of your incomings. So that's point number 2. Point number 3 is, do not buy the house unless you can see that you plan to live in that house for at least 10 years. Like that's the bare basic, okay. If you don't see that you will be living in this house for over 10 years, then don't buy. Okay, like 10 years is the minimum time commitment. So plan to live there for at least a decade. If you plan to live there for at least a decade, then don't hesitate, go ahead, buy, put your savings there and go for that property buying. Then who should you buy the property with? Should you buy the property with your friends? It's a clear no. Do not buy the property with your friends. Who know how long that friendship is for, and who knows if this house buying sharing relationship would really work. So no. As far as buying it with family is concerned, as long as you're planning to live in it together for the next 10 years, you can go ahead and buy the property with your family. So I'm repeating all the points, okay? And also make sure, one of the bonus points that I want to share with each one. Make sure you don't make your parents, your old parents, your retired parents, your guarantors. Do not make that mistake, because in case God forbid anything wrong happens, your parents at this old age will lose all their savings. So make sure, this is the bonus point, okay, for today, that do not make your parents, old parents, retired parents, your guarantor for your loans. So I'm repeating the points. You must keep a minimum of 20% of the property value before you buy it. Number 2, always borrow less than the bank can lend you. Your EMI has to be less than 30% of your incomings. Number 3, if you are planning to live in the house for at least a decade, then don't hesitate, buy that property. Do not buy the property with your friends. With your family, immediate family members, yes, you can buy, provided you're willing to live together for at least a decade. Bonus point, do not make your parents, especially old parents, retired parents, your guarantor for your loan. So what is everybody taking away? Please start typing in. Hi Arokya, Archana, Kaveri, Menka, Pooja, Diksha. Good morning, guys. Kaveri is saying going into business or buying property with friends is always very dicey. Even the best of friends can lose their relationships because of this. Be very careful. Yes, it can go either way. Who knows where it will go? I know friends who've been together for decades, and today their children are running the companies and the businesses together. Families of those friends and promoters. So yeah, we don't know. It just requires so much, right? It just takes a lot to get in there. Nima, you found this interesting? I am glad. So what is everybody taking away? Please start typing. Who all was thinking about buying a property? Or it's at least in your vision to buy one. And I can help you buy in Delhi if you guys are in Delhi. For those of you who are in Delhi, we have good opportunities here in Delhi. Pooja is saying this is very mindful. This is so much in sync with my home loan currently. I have a clear picture of this now. Awesome, Pooja, go for it. Anyways, you've inspired me with your relationship with your husband and how you're now putting in, inner circle community meets to support other community members, bring the husband on one page. So thank you. You're already inspiring me to the T. Mukta, very interesting points for you. You didn't know most of them. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Mukta, I get it. Yeah, we can come from families of real estate owners and yet, miss the basics. I completely get you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for learning. And for each one of you, thank you for growing each day. Okay, what about others? So I've heard Kaveri, Nima, Pooja, Mukta sharing their views. What about others? Okay, make sure you have at least 20% of the value of the property in hand before buying a property, and make sure your EMI is 30% or less. Yes, very logical points, needs reminding. Don't worry, I will keep reminding until all of you reach your financial goals. I'm here till I die. Kaveri. Nidhi, so as per the first point, we should have 20% of the property amount. So if the property is 50 lakh rupees, we should have 10 lakhs with us? Yes, please. Absolutely, Nidhi. 1/5 of that amount we must have. Absolutely. I love how you are clarifying and learning, Nidhi. Good one. Okay, Pooja, the first point was have at least 20% of the money available to you. Sarita is saying, my friend is my partner in my company. We bought a property together. Hope things will be fine in future. Yes, I'm sending both of you blessings. Okay? And all is going to be right. Okay? We trust the universe to do all the right things for us. Just trust. Diksha, you hope to buy a property of yourself after Money Gym as the journey to abundance has begun? Oh yes, absolutely. Each one of you will have a property of your own. I am blessing each one with financial prosperity. Archana, you love the tips today? Really helpful for people who have plans to buy? I am glad. Sindhuri, thank you, Priyanka, for letting us know the key points before planning to buy a property. Thank you, Sindhuri, for coming and listening. Yes, Jinnah, got it. Good morning, Sunetra. You're saying most critical invest only if you wish to live in it for 10 years. Just breaks the common myth of buying property as investment only. Oh yes, absolutely. Property is not an investment. Given today's property market conditions and the conversation which has been going on for years around renting a property, renting versus buying or paying the EMIs. I think it's a little faltu conversation. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm being a little judgmental. I catch myself. But I really think, the rent amount in comparison to the EMI that comes of the same property is nothing, and you get to live that lifestyle and you don't have to maintain the house. There are so many advantages, if you are in the property for a shorter period. That's how I see it. Kaveri, you don't plan to buy a property, but at some point your current house might be too much for just your husband and you. The kids are leaving and they're going to be on their own very soon. Given how the market is now, I'm scared we won't be able to sell. Who knows? Things change, Kaveri. Just trust the process and be there. Nima, isn't renting a house beneficial? Well, even before you asked, I think I have answered it. I trust you got it, Nima. So Netra, you absolutely agree with me? Yes, rent versus EMI in a city like Mumbai can be 4 times. I'm in Delhi, Sunetra. I can tell you a property which is say 5 crore rupees. The rent is 50,000 rupees. But if you take an EMI and say on full amount, then it's 5 lakh per month. That's the difference between rent and buying. So yeah. Unless you can really afford it and unless it fits your asset allocation, why do it? So thank you so much everybody for listening. Everybody who benefited, could you share this video with people in your life? The only thing that I ask of my community is to spread the word. Spread the word, bring in your friends, bring in your women family members. Let the blessing of financial education be spread all out. So guys, can I invite you to share this video and type in shared. And today let me know where all you're sharing the video. Yeah, because that counts. Are you sharing it specifically in some Facebook groups that you know of? Or you're sharing it on your timeline? You're sharing in your WhatsApp groups? So please start sharing. Please start spreading the word. Got it, Diksha? Where are you sharing the video? Whom are you impacting today? Because let's really make a difference. Once we women together start making a difference, trust you me, our women friends and family members will be different people. Okay, Sindhuri, you've shared it in your friends' WhatsApp groups. Got it. So are you influencing them to join? Are you bringing them in? When are they coming? Kaveri, you've shared it. Got it. Mukta, you've shared it with your sisters. So when are your sisters coming, Mukta? When are you taking a stand and bringing them in? Thank you guys. Thank you for really being here. Got it, Arokya? You've shared it with your family. So are you bringing in your sisters, your aunts, your nieces? Who is coming in? I think it is time we start taking charge, okay, of women around us. Because that will also break patriarchy. Trust you me. the more you make the women around you financially stronger, the more charge is going to be, on an equal platform. It's going to be like that. And I truly believe in that. Anybody else coming in and sharing? Mukta is saying, once they see my actions because of Women on Wealth, they all will come in. Trust you me, Mukta, it's going to take a long time. Okay, wealth creation is not an activity around the get rich quick. So it will take time. Okay. However, I would invite you to not let go of that much time, because in that much time their investment portfolios will get built and they will be different people, with different level of confidence and different level of self-worth. And I think even before, while we wait for our wealth to get created, we need to start bringing people in. Wealth is going to take time. Trust you me. Nima, you're sharing with your family and dear ones so that they can become mindful and financially independent. Got it. So Netra is sharing on the Friends WhatsApp group. She's saying, I do that with most of the Insta lives as well. Thank you, Sunetra. Thank you. Thank you to each one of you who's standing in together, hand in hand, making sure women in this world will be financially educated. So thank you so much for listening, for being here, for participating. I now see you tomorrow for the decoding of the Economic Times newspaper. Till then, take charge of your money life and take charge of other women around you. You and I can make a difference to the world. Let's do that. Loads of love.